Scott, let's start with Josh Morrissey, a guy who obviously was so sick less than a week ago, missed as a huge game, and I saw a stat that played something like close to 8 of the final 12 minutes of that period, which is just incredible. Yeah. When he scored, it had been over 2 minutes straight that he's on the ice. What does that say about his character, his endurance, and really everything about the player?
Yeah, he's a tough guy to pull off the ice. He wants to be in those situations. We spent a lot of time just in their end, so it wasn't like you had to race up and down the ice. And don't always ever want to, get yourself caught in that. But at the end of the day, that's one thing about Josh. His recovery is amazing. And, he said this morning he felt like he was 100%. And so, don't always want to go quite that high with the minutes, but certainly paid off.
And obviously, you probably don't want it to become a habit that you're constantly needing a goal in the final minute to tie a game up, but you guys have done a pretty nice job of that 2 in a row now. Was this a game where it felt like it was a just result? I mean, you obviously carried the play for long stretches, right?
Yeah, that was just sticking with it, said to you before, it may take the first period and you win a hockey game, or it may go right to the end like it did again tonight. It's just staying with it. But we had so many chances. We had so many good looks and crossbars, and VTech made some big stops. And but at the end of the day, we hung in there and we just stayed with it and found a way, and with traffic and him shooting it from that bad angle, and found its way in.
Just last one for me, but obviously a storybook finish. Mark needed that one more goal to become the franchise leader, and to do it the way he did tonight, couldn't script it any better, I guess. Nice feather in his cap to now stand alone in the franchise.
Yeah, that's a great accomplishment for, just shows the longevity, how he's played, throughout his career, and he should be real proud of what he's done and so far, but he's got lots more to go. But to do it on a game winner in overtime, it certainly be remembered. He'll remember that one.
Sorry. With the goal obviously being the goal record, did it feel like anticipation within the room for this with Mark, or is that going to maybe happen when he gets closer to Dale?
Yeah, I think that, it's funny because the break kind of stalled it out. He kind of got those ones before it, so it might have been over everybody's mind a little bit, other than maybe Mark's. But, I think that, you could tell once he got it that, in the room afterwards, everybody's pretty excited for him.
You guys won the Faceoff battle, 51%, I believe it was. But Faceoffs have been an area kind of a weakness recently for your group. Is that just kind of a matter of ebbs and flow, or is that something that you're kind of concerned about?
You're talking about on the season? You're talking about the last few games?
Last few games and such like that, yeah.
We have a different stat than what is coming off the game sheet. We look at 50-50 pucks, and we have a way that we go about it to keep track of it. It's real hard for centermen in this league to win the face-offs clean, straight back to whoever. So we put a lot of emphasis on, getting into those situations where your wingers and your defense have to help you on them. And I think all season long we've done a way better job of, helping our centermen in those areas. So we have some numbers that we look at that, and I think that, like you said tonight, we had some good looks. But at the end of the day, if you can start with a puck, it may not be the draw itself, it may be the battle that gets you that puck. That's important, and it's something we've talked about as an organization right from the start of the year.
So to clarify, given your internal stats and whatnot, the face-offs itself wouldn't be much of a concern then?
Our face-offs?
Yeah.
Oh, big time. Big time. Starting with a puck is big. And then if you look at power play, starting with a puck. If you look at penalty kill, winning that draw and getting it down the ice. You're playing against puck possession teams. You don't want them to have the puck, obviously. And we have a lot of things that we sort of emphasize at the start of the year in face-offs, but not just all the pressure being on our centerman to be the guy that ends up every night 50% plus. It's who ends up with the puck, and that's how we look at it. Where there's a lot of 50-50s that are sitting behind our centerman, sitting behind their centerman. Who gets that puck? And that's an area that we've tried to really push our team on to make sure that we are the ones getting it. May not register on the NHL sheet that way, but we have a way that we're tracking it.
And one last one. Obviously, at sometimes the crowd's yelling "shoot" and whatnot to the fans, but When you're in a game like that where the other team is blocking so many shots, is it almost hard not to be selective in certain situations when you have the puck for that long?
Yeah. There's a situation. I thought early in the game we were trying to make one more pass. We were trying to be a little bit cute on it, but then we did start to shoot the puck, and they were getting in lanes. But at the end of the day, you have to let these guys use their skill set. If you go out and just tell them shoot, 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 they're going to get frustrated because they keep hitting bodies. And I think that our guys are experienced enough, they're skilled enough that they're going to find lanes. They're going to know when it's time to hit it. If you're going through extended periods of time where you're not shooting pucks, you're probably going to get after the group I'm talking about games. You're probably going to get after the group to be a little bit more selfish and shoot those pucks at times. But I think our group has done a good job of kind of the mix. We know when to make that seam play, maybe to make that one more pass. But I like Josh's goal. It was a situation, came down and knew that there was traffic, had a lane and got it there. And I thought we did a better job in the third period of getting it by that first block and got it down lower and created the chaos.
Okay, guys.
Thanks.
Thank you.